One of the major side quests in A Link Between Worlds is the hunt for the Maiamais. There's 100 of them spread across Hyrule and Lorule, and finding 10 of them will allow you to upgrade one of your bought items. If you can find all of them, you will be given an upgraded combat maneuver, but of course, we actually have to track them down first. Fortunately, the game provides the Maiamai map, which divides the world into smaller areas. This guide will help you find all of the Maiamais in each of these areas. The Lost Woods contains 8 lost Maiamai. The first can be found attached to the back of the fortune teller's tent. Merge with it and get behind the Maiamai before exiting the wall to pry it off. If you have the Zora's flippers, you can get another Maiamai in the small pool of water to the right of the fortune teller or directly north of the blacksmith. Dive in to retrieve it. The next can be found on the cliff wall on the way to Rosso's hut. Use the merge method to free it. Once you get the power glove from Rosso, enter the Lost Woods from the top right. Head down until you see 2 small stones. Toss the one on the right away to discover the Maiamai. Continue south through the hollowed log. On the other side you'll find a tree with a Maiamai on top. Charge into it with the Pegasus boots to free the Maiamai. Another Maiamai is found right before the Lost Woods puzzle or the former resting place of the Master Sword if you've already retrieved it. Go to the left and cut away the grass beyond the tree to find the Maiamai. On the bottom edge of the Lost Woods in the path of the right entrance there's another Maiamai hiding beneath a small rock. The final Maiamai is found while on your way to Death Mountain. There's a split in the path that's blocked by a large rock. Use the Titan's Mitt to get it out of your way and follow the path outside. Attached to a nearby wall is the Maiamai. And that's where to find all the Maiamais in the Lost Woods. All 5 of the Maiamais on Hyrule's Death Mountain can actually be found on your first trip there. The first is near the Death Mountain weather vane. Go right to find a group of bejeweled stones and a single small rock. Use the power gloves to lift the rock and find the Maiamai. The next is found once you get past all of the rolling rocks. Take the upper path to come out to a chest and a Maiamai hanging to the right wall. Merge and exit behind it in order to obtain the Maiamai. Once you reach the Tower of Hera, you can continue right as long as you have the hook shot to cross the destroyed bridge. Go all the way to the right edge where a mini dungeon can be found. A Maiamai is clinging to its right wall. Use the merge trick to rescue it. Return to the area on your left and avoid the Lynel to enter the nearby cave. Carefully navigate the moving platforms until you come to a solid rock with 2 Lynels and 3 walls. Take the bottom path and at the fork, go right. You'll come to a dead end outside. However, underneath the nearby small rock is the Maiamai. Return to the solid platform with the 3 walls and this time board the platforms to the right. The timing on these are trickier than the others, but at the bottom you'll find an exit leading outside. Cross the bridge to your left to find a cluster of small rocks surrounding a big one. The Maiamai can be found under the topmost rock. And that's how to find all the Maiamais on Hyrule's Death Mountain. There are 7 Maiamais to find in the area of Hyrule that contains the Sanctuary, the Witch's Hut, and Zora's Domain. The first can be found near the Sanctuary's main gate on the rock wall to the left. Use your merge ability to free and rescue it. The next is found inside the Witch's Hut on the other side of the red potion. After you receive the Zora's flippers, you can find a Maiamai directly outside the Zora's cave. Go into the upper part of the deep water and dive under to rescue the Maiamai. Directly south in the rocky area near the 3 big rocks that you pass to reach Zora's domain, there's a Maiamai attached to the wall. Merge with the upper portion to travel behind it and free it. Following the river, there's a waterfall near a small ledge. Take the ladder up to find another Maiamai attached to the wall. Continue following the river until you reach the small wooden bridge. Beneath it, on the southern edge, you'll find a Maiamai. Dive down to rescue it. The final Maiamai can only be reached by first traveling to Lorule's Sanctuary. Above its graveyard is a portal blocked by rocks. Bomb them away and take the portal back to Hyrule. To your left, you'll see the Maiamai. Free it and you'll have rescued all the Maiamais in this section of Hyrule. There are 5 Maiamais to find in Kakariko Village, with the first being one of the simplest to find. Simply cut away the grass that's partially fenced in near the house with the rock on it. Beneath one of them is a Maiamai. If you have the power gloves, grab one of the cuckoos and go to the elder's house. Jump from the nearby ledge and guide the cuckoo to that house with the rock on it. Once you land on it, toss the rock away to find a Maiamai underneath. Once you're able to rent or buy the sand rod, go to the house with a sand patch surrounded by a fence. Go through the house to get to the backyard and use the sand rod. Buried in the sand is one of the Maiamais. Leave Kakariko through the southern exit and use the Pegasus boots to smash into the tree next to the Cuckoo Ranch. A Maiamai will pop out of it. Next, enter the Rupee Rush minigame to find a Maiamai attached to the wall left of your starting position. Merge behind it and pop out to rescue it. And that's where you find all the Maiamais in Kakariko Village. There are 8 Maiamais that can be found in the Hyrule Castle area. The first is directly left of the castle itself. Use the Pegasus boots to bash into the tree and a Maiamai will pop out. Head south across the bridge, then turn left. You'll find a set of stone tiles. Use the tornado rod to blow them away and find a Maiamai underneath. Take the southern path to find a group of trees. Use the Pegasus boots to bash the one on the top right to have a Maiamai pop out. Next, travel to the forest clearing and use the Pegasus boots to slam into the trees in the very back. This will cause the visible Maiamai to drop down to you. The next Maiamai can only be found if you warp in from Lorule. Head into the southwest corner of the area, directly below the clearing, and find a portal below a cave entrance. Take the portal and on the other side you'll find yourself on a ledge. In the center is a large rock. Use the Titan's Mitt to toss it aside and find the Maiamai underneath. Head to Ravio's shop and attach to the wall. On the back wall is a Maiamai. Merge with the wall and exit to pop it off and rescue it. Next, travel to the blacksmith and use the tornado rod on the tiles to the left of the house. Beneath them is another Maiamai. Travel behind the blacksmith to the area with the cluster of trees. The one in the center hides the final Maiamai. Use the Pegasus boots to bash into the tree and rescue it. And that's how to find all the Maiamais in the Hyrule Castle area. The Eastern Palace area hides 6 Maiamais in total. The first can be found in the section with no grass and a bunch of rocks. On top of one of the rocks on the right side is the Maiamai. Charge into the rock with your Pegasus boots to knock the Maiamai down and rescue it. The next is in the water near the southern bridge. You'll have to find a way to get in the water and follow the river up to reach the Maiamai. Dive down to retrieve it. Go east of the bridge and past the entrance to the Eastern Palace ruins. A Maiamai is hiding in the far right tree. Dash into it to obtain the Maiamai. Enter the Eastern Palace ruins and travel to the right. You'll see a Maiamai in one of the trees. Once again, use the Pegasus boots to rescue it. Work your way through the ruins until you come across a small ledge. Merge into the wall to travel to it and exit behind the Maiamai to retrieve it. The final Maiamai in the Eastern Palace can be found by exiting the ruins through the bottom right path. Go to your left on the other side and merge with the wall. Continue left until you reach another ledge. Nearby is a large rock. Use the Titan's Mitt to toss it aside and find the final Maiamai in this area. The Hylian Desert only contains 3 Maiamais. The first is outside the desert proper and beneath the large rock south of the portal. In order to reach the desert, you'll have to use that portal to enter Lorule's Misery Mire. Find another portal to return to the desert and equip the sand rod. The next Maiamai is near the portal with a wooden stake on top. Use the sand rod to raise a section of sand that will also include the Maiamai. Before you go in the entrance to the Sand Palace, use the sand rod on the sand directly south of the stairs. This will reveal the final Maiamai in the desert. The area I've decided to label as South Central Hyrule only hides 3 Maiamais, which can be found fairly early in the game. The first is on top of one of the pedestals that line the area. You'll spot it as you're traveling through. Use the Pegasus boots to charge into the pedestal it's on to knock down the Maiamai and rescue it. Go south to find 2 pedestals next to a wall. Bomb the wall they flank to reveal a hidden cave. As you go through, you'll find a pool of water and at the bottom is a Maiamai. Use the Zora's flippers to dive down and rescue it. The final Maiamai is found in a small pool of water next to the mini dungeon blocked off by 2 large rocks. Dive down to rescue the Maiamai and you'll have found them all. Lake Hylia holds 5 Maiamais within its borders, and you can find the first one as soon as you leave Mother Maiamai's cave. On the wall outside the cave is the Maiamai. Simply merge with the wall and exit behind the Maiamai to retrieve it. Once you have the Zora's flippers, swim to the House of Gales and use the tornado rod on the tiles in the upper right corner of the island. Beneath them will be a hidden Maiamai. Next, swim south of the House of Gales to a small section of deep water surrounded by shallow water. In the center is a Maiamai. Dive down to rescue it. Swim to the right of Lake Hylia and follow the river. You'll find the next Maiamai near the ladder. Dive down to reach it. The final one is near the Racing Brother in the top right corner. Merge with the wall and travel to the right to get to a ledge with a big rock. Use the Titan's Mitt to toss away the rock and rescue the Maiamai. And that's how you find all the Maiamais in Lake Hylia. Lorule's version of the Lost Woods, the Skull Woods, hides 8 Maiamais within its borders. The first is attached to the left side of the dilapidated house on the southern edge. Merge with the wall and exit behind the Maiamai to free it. Take the path to the right up into the next screen. Go left past the entrance sign and you'll find the Maiamai attached to the nearby wall. Travel to the right until you come across a ditch. Climb down into it and find another Maiamai attached to the right wall. Next, go north until you see trees in the shape of a V. Cut away the flowers in the center to find a Maiamai. Keep going north until you come across the destroyed shack. The tree directly below it hides a Maiamai. Dash into the tree with the Pegasus boots to reveal it. Enter the Skull Woods and follow the path leading left. Beyond the cave that houses the mysterious man is a clearing with a skull in the middle of it. Get rid of the skull to uncover the hidden Maiamai. Return to the right and follow the path down. You'll eventually see a small dead end with some tufts of grass. Cut them away to rescue the Maiamai. Continue on until you go past the Skull Woods weather vane and head south. Eventually you'll come across a fence with a large rock in the middle. Toss away the rock with a Titan's Mitt to find the Maiamai underneath. And that's how you find all the Maiamais in the Skull Woods. There are 6 Maiamais to find on the snowy Death Mountain in Lorule. The first can be found by using the portal near the Death Mountain weather vane in Hyrule. When you come out into Lorule, keep going left until you reach a small platform with a skull on it. Beneath the skull is a hidden Maiamai. The next can be found at the base of the mountain on the right side. Make sure you're on the nearby ledge, merge with the wall, and continue right until you're behind the Maiamai. Exit to free it and be on your way. Go to the cave entrance north of here and use the moving platforms until you reach the icy floor with the giant gargoyle. Take the platform on the left until you reach the next solid rock. Go south from here and use the tornado rod to continue along. Eventually you'll be outside. You can open the nearby chest for 300 rupees before jumping down and destroying the skull. Underneath it is a hidden Maiamai. Continue onward until you reach the top of the mountain and go left until you see a small pathway. Follow it to find a set of pegs. Hammer them down and use the Titan's Mitt to toss away the big rock on the far left. There you'll find the Maiamai. The next Maiamai is attached to the outer wall of the Ice Palace. Merge with it to find the Maiamai in the back and exit to free the little guy. The last Maiamai also requires the Titan's Mitt. Return to the base of the mountain where the broken bridge is. To its left are 2 large rocks. Toss the top one aside to find the Maiamai. And with that, you found all the Maiamais on Lorule's Death Mountain. Lorule Sanctuary only has 3 Maiamais to find. The first one can be found as soon as you leave the sanctuary, which turns out to be just a cave. On your left is a large rock. Use the Titan's Mitt to toss it aside and find the Maiamai underneath. Continue right to the graveyard section. Along the northern edge on the other side of the large rock, you'll see a Maiamai stuck to the wall. Toss aside the rock and merge with the wall. Get behind the Maiamai and exit to free it. The last Maiamai is in the bottom right corner of the area. Dash into a tree with the Pegasus boots to cause the Maiamai to pop out. Collect them and you will have found them all. The Dark Palace hides 10 Maiamais to find. The first one can be found soon after entering the area from Hyrule using a portal hidden in the pillar. You'll come to an area filled with large rocks. On top of one on the right side is the Maiamai. Use the Pegasus boots to dash into the rock and rescue the Maiamai. Go north and jump into the river. Swim toward the northern waterfall and at its base you'll see a Maiamai. Dive down to retrieve it. Keep swimming up the river until you reach a shallow point. Merge with the wall and continue right over the chasm. Once you reach the other side, drop into the water and collect the Maiamai at the bottom. Once you get out of the water, find a ledge near some large rocks and a ladder leading up to it. Merge with the wall and go down until you reach a larger ledge covered in grass. Cut it away and you'll find the Maiamai hidden within. Jump down and follow the path to the north until you come across an area filled with enemies. On the left side in the deep water is a Maiamai. Dive in to rescue it. Return to the portal in the middle of the rocky area and travel down to the southwest corner. You'll see a tree next to a pillar. Dash into it to free the hidden Maiamai. Continue right to find a path into the Dark Palace proper and a line of trees. Bash into the one on the very left to reveal another hidden Maiamai. Follow the path inside where you learn that you have to avoid the guards. In the upper corner of the path you'll see a Maiamai clinging to the wall. Merge with the wall and exit behind the Maiamai to free it. Work your way to the right until you see a path leading down. Follow it and merge with the northern wall. Go left until you come to another ledge lined with green rupees. At the end is another Maiamai attached to the wall. Pop it off and rescue it. The last Maiamai in the Dark Palace is found near the heart piece on the ledge with patrolling guards. Avoid them and drop down on the right side to find the Maiamai attached to the nearby wall. Free it and you'll be done with your search in the Dark Palace area. The Lorule Castle area is home to more hidden Maiamais than any other place in the game, 15 in total. The first can be found as soon as you leave the blacksmith's house. Merge with the wall and go to the left side. You'll see a Maiamai. Get behind it and exit the wall to free and rescue it. Go north toward the fortune teller's tent. Underneath a large rock to the left is another Maiamai. Next, enter the thieves' hideout area and find the tree near the southern exit. Dash into that tree with the Pegasus boots to reveal a hidden Maiamai. Go to the western edge of the town and find an incomplete square of walls. Attached on the inside is a Maiamai. Merge with the wall and exit behind the Maiamai to rescue it. Leave the thieves' hideout area through the southern exit and enter the hut next to the big bomb. Pay the 200 rupees to enter the backyard. Carefully cut away the grass around the bomb to reveal a hidden Maiamai. Go left and enter the Rupee Rush minigame. On the back edge attached to the wall is a Maiamai. Merge with the wall to free it. Travel to the right to find the forest clearing where there's now a baseball diamond set up. Left of the sign describing the minigame is a pile of 3 skulls. Get rid of them to reveal the Maiamai underneath. You'll have to return to Hyrule to get the next Maiamai. Once you do, go south of the forest clearing and enter the portal. On the other side you'll find yourself on top of a ledge. Merge with the wall and go left until you spot the Maiamai. Exit behind it to free the Maiamai. Go north on the eastern edge of the baseball diamond until you see an incline that leads to the vacant house. To its left is a large rock. Use the Titan's Mitt to throw it aside and find the Maiamai underneath. When you reach the vacant house, jump off the ledge behind it and merge with the wall. You'll immediately see another Maiamai you can rescue. Head north to Lorule Castle and merge with the right side of the gate's walls. Here you'll find a Maiamai attached to the wall. Free it and continue on. Southeast of the castle is a lone tree near the path. Use the Pegasus boots to dash into it and release the hidden Maiamai. Go south to reach the area around the Swamp Palace, but as soon as you enter, go right and merge with the wall. There you'll find another Maiamai. Travel to the western edge to the large pool of water. Swim into the center of the rock formation to find the Maiamai at the bottom. Dive down to rescue it. The last of the Maiamais in the Lorule Palace area is near the large rock that can only be destroyed by the big bomb. Just a little north of it are 3 pillars, and on top of the center one is the Maiamai. Dash into that pillar with the Pegasus boots to rescue the Maiamai. And that's where to find all the Maiamais in the Lorule Palace area. The Misery Mire area in Lorule only has 3 Maiamais to find. The first can be found near the weather vane. Simply hop down to the lower level and merge with the wall. You'll see the Maiamai right away. Get behind the Maiamai and exit to free it. Travel to the southwestern edge to find yourself below a bridge. There's a deep pool of water nearby with a Maiamai in the center. Swim out to it and dive down to rescue it. The last one is in the area to the right of the weather vane. You'll see a portal above 2 large rocks. Use the Titan's Mitt to toss the large rock at the bottom aside and reveal the Maiamai underneath. And that's where to find all of the Maiamais in Misery Mire. There are 5 Maiamais to find in the area around Turtle Rock. The first is directly south of the shop on the western side. Travel to the lower wall and you'll spot the Maiamai clinging to it. Merge and exit behind the Maiamai to rescue it. Jump into the water and swim to the southwestern corner. Use the Titan's Mitt to toss aside the large rock and find the Maiamai underneath. Now work your way to the southeastern corner of the map to find a Maiamai clinging to the wall. Pop it off to rescue it. Go north until you reach the dead end with the portal. Get on top of the nearby ledge and merge with the wall. Travel left over the portal until you come to another ledge with a skull on it. Underneath the skull is a Maiamai. Finally, jump into the water and find the circle of rocks on the right side of the dungeon. You'll also see fairies flying around. In the center is the Maiamai. Dive down to rescue it, and with that you've rescued every Maiamai in Turtle Rock. It also means that you've saved every Maiamai in the game. There's only 9 items that you can upgrade, so when you return to Mother Maiamai, she will instead upgrade Link's abilities. Now his spin attack is twice as wide and even more powerful. Not a bad reward. We hope this guide has been helpful to you. Thanks for watching, and be sure to keep an eye on GameXplain for more on Zelda and other things gaming too.